bright and early, heading to Tel Aviv now to Gett offices. Gett, one of the biggest companies in Israel, asked me to come in and meet their CMO. It's going to be a super duper interesting meeting. Also been in touch with the CEO, Shachar/Dave, for years. Never met him. Hopefully he'll be at HQ and I'll be able to meet him as well. Then heading to a full day at DLD. Expect much sweating ahead. But you're going to meet some remarkable people today. And then tonight, probably sans camera, heading to the Whiskey Bar in Tel Aviv, a brand new kosher restaurant that serves whiskey, and from what I hear, legendary meat. Maybe I will bring the camera. We shall see. Here we go. You've seen many of the centers of startups and tech in Israel. You've seen Herzliya, you've seen Rothschild. This is Ramat HaChayal, another one where there's tons of tech, tons of startups, tons of big companies, tons of PR agencies, just tons of innovation in this area. Check it. As I mentioned, I'm going to Gett HQ. The company's super interesting. They raised big bucks from Volkswagen, from other big investors. Their growth is off the charts. Going to sit with the CMO. Should be interesting. So I just finished a meeting with the CMO of Gett. This guy. Who are you?
My name is Nishan.
Nishan, and who are you?
Hi, I'm Yogev.
So they just told me stuff about this company that is like, but we're gonna do an in-depth interview next time. For now, let's walk around this office, take a look at this. Give me like one or two statistics in terms of how fast this company has been growing. How many people work in this company now?
We're growing by roughly 300% on a year-on-year basis. And remember, this is a scaled company. We're in more than 100 cities worldwide. This is a large company, so it's much, much harder to grow that pace.
How many people work here now?
1,500 employees and still growing.
And you got here how long ago? How long have you been at the company?
1 year.
And how many people were here when you got here?
540.
So you grew by 1,000 people in 1 year?
Yep.
And when you got here?
2 years ago, roughly 300.
I mean, that's bonkers growth.
Yeah.
That's completely nuts. And you cannot scale fast enough. And you guys raised money, 300 million from Volkswagen?
300 Volkswagen, 640 combined.
640 million. That's a lot of gumballs. All right, show me around.
So we're organized physically by topics. We have multiple domains, demand, drivers, and the teams are organized much like any other tech company would be organized. The product sits next to dev, so they can very, very quickly put things into marketing, into action. We've grown so fast that we had to expand outside. So marketing, BI, all of that part sits on the outside.
Good English, man. How long were you in the States for?
11 years.
11 years. Expedia and?
Expedia, McKinsey,
McKinsey, right?
and
Got it. All right, cool.
the company's very, very serious about its values. And when we say values, we don't mean fluff. Humbleness is a very, very important trait for us. It's not about me. It's about we. It's about the company.
And he means it because I tried to get him on camera, but he's like, I don't want to. I'm humble. It's true though. Like he doesn't want. He's just like, let's just get stuff done. And I'm not. I shouldn't be in the spotlight. It's kind of awesome. I talk about this every episode. I say I love people that get stuff done and don't want to be hype, and I love companies the same thing.
The most important part is not just written on the wall. Yeah. It's like we live those
culture.
values. Yeah.
Culture of this place.
You
like working here?
Yeah.
You wouldn't say you didn't, but do you like working here?
Yeah, sure.
How many people use your as a whole? How many users do you have?
We have millions of rides a month.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay.
We have hundreds of millions of rides a year.
Hundreds of millions of rides a year. Okay. Got it.
The thing is, the combination of seeing the products, the folks who sit here and work on the technology would see the difference immediately. You can see the impact on people's lives in 5 minutes.
Love it.
We're in Israel, in Russia, in the United States, and in the UK. And we also have another set of offices across the street where the Israeli operation sits. But we have a gym downstairs.
Nice. I saw that. I almost went in there. Guy's like, that's not the Gett office, that's the gym. I was like, all right, well, listen, we're going to have a follow-up meeting and we'll get an in-depth interview maybe with you, maybe the VP R&D, maybe someone else, and I'll hear more about this company because, some of the things you told me, and again, I'm pretty tapped into what's going on in this space here in Israel, and even I wasn't aware of half the things you told me. Real quick, you said you have three main verticals in terms of the product. You got regular, Gett, which used to be called Gett Taxi, now it's just car sharing, right? Not just, but it's car sharing. You got the food delivery thing, and you got the...
It's not a food delivery, it's last last mile. It's basically everything that is delivery as a service. So everything that you need to, for example, with the Israeli Post, we have an agreement. You can sit at home and you can get your package delivered to your house in 20 minutes.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
And then the third one is disrupting mass transportation. It's basically shuttles on demand.
Love that.
So it's everything that is competing with the bus, with mass transportation, with subways. And
super duper awesome. All right, well, we'll do a follow-up soon, and thank you for this brief interview. I know I put a gun to your head. I know you didn't want to be on camera, but still, I appreciate it. And keep rocking. I'm looking forward to our next meeting. Honestly, such a fascinating company, Gett. It's unbelievable. They're sitting here, a completely Israeli company, 1,500 workers, growing exponentially. They do not get enough love. People need to understand how big and successful and impactful this company is. Also, the dude that we just met with, he's like super duper interesting. McKinsey, Expedia. He's got a lot of marketing experience, and again, not many people know of him. I don't know. I just was blown away by some of the things he was telling me. Hopefully you'll be hearing about that in like a week or two with a follow-up interview, but pretty impressed. Pretty impressive stuff. Approaching DLD now. It's going to be an intense day, there all day. My first meeting was with Stewart Rogers from VentureBeat, someone I consider a good friend who I've never met before, and many other great meetings. Made it to DLD. Who are you?
I'm Navot Volk. I'm the managing director of Microsoft Accelerator Tel Aviv.
So you manage the top accelerator in Israel, the Microsoft Accelerator that started here in Israel and is now in how many countries?
6 countries, 7 locations. We have 2 in China. And the amazing thing, it's also here from Israel.
The first one here.
The first one here.
And you have had some remarkable companies go through the accelerator, like my favorite, AppsFlyer and Clear.
WSC, from the recent batches, Peiki, Loom Systems.
Wow. I guess there's a reason they say you're the top accelerator in Israel.
Yeah, and one of the best in the world, by the way, second only to YC.
I love that. That's awesome. Very cool. Keep kicking butt. And you guys moved to WeWork recently, right? You left Herzliya. I came to meet you and I went to Herzliya and I forgot that you weren't there. It was very bad.
Next time.
All right, man. Now, I just got here, but it seems like it's cooler here today than it was yesterday in terms of the temperature. I guess we'll check back in an hour and I'm probably going to be dripping sweat. But for now, decent. Not bad. We're going to meet later and actually sit. But Stewart Rogers, I just said on the vlog, I feel like we're good friends that we've never met.
Yeah.
How many years have we been in touch?
Oh my God, so many.
Like close to a decade probably, I would imagine.
Yeah.
VentureBeat now, you are I would say one of the top, most experienced tech journalists out there.
Ah, stop.
How many years have you been working in the field?
I've been in journalism probably longer than most people think. I've been at VentureBeat for 3 years, but I've been doing journalism for a little while longer than that.
Little while longer.
Yeah, a little while longer.
I'm guessing you don't want to give me a number.
Well, you know, I'm 147 years old, and let's be fair, you know, you never ask a woman her age, right?
All right, done. Well, I've been pitching this guy since I can remember, and he still puts up with me, so I love that. But he covers a lot of Israeli companies, a lot of tech in general. Top dog in the tech journalism place. We're going to sit soon. We're going to talk, but go take your phone call. Great to see you, man. Finally. Unbelievable. This is something that I find myself saying more and more often. A good friend I've never met.
Right.
Strange, right? It's a new world.
It's crazy, right?
Stewart Rogers, who you can close your ears if this is going to embarrass you. I consider somewhat of a legend in the tech journalism space. No, I'm serious, because you know what? I'm going to tell you something right now. Tech journalism as a whole has gone downhill. I got to be honest with you. You know, there's too much politics. There's too much favoritism. There's too... Whatever. Don't get me ranted on this now. This is the real deal. So you're a VentureBeat, and we've known each other probably close to a decade. We've never met.
Yeah.
This is your first time in Israel, and your third. Would you just tell me about Tel Aviv?
Yeah, Tel Aviv has been amazing for me. I mean, I've met so many people who come from Tel Aviv. I've met them all around the world. It turns out that Tel Aviv is actually my 3rd largest circle of friends. So, you know, Los Angeles is where I know most people. San Francisco, the 2nd largest amount. Tel Aviv is number 3.
Love that. I mean, we have 1,000 mutual friends here in Tel Aviv, so that doesn't surprise me. It does surprise me you've never been here before. How's it been so far?
It's been amazing, actually. It's been really super interesting. One of the things I've been doing is I have covered a lot of Israeli startups over the years.
Many.
There's a lot of innovation here, and my area in particular, in terms of marketing technology, artificial intelligence as it pertains to marketing, things like VR and AR as they pertain to marketing. There's actually an awful lot of companies here making a difference. And I've always had suspicions of why Israel is a hotbed of those kinds of startups.
Love to hear this.
But actually now being here and seeing it for myself, some of those suspicions have been blown away, some have been confirmed. There's a balance in everything, right? You talk about journalism, one of the things that interests me is always maintaining that balance. You've got to say the bad with the good. You can't just make it all sound like it's
Let me tell you what I respect about you. Can I tell you what I respect about you?
Yeah, cool.
This is going to sound very, very strange to you. What I respect about you is that you rejected me many times. I'm dead serious. Let me explain what I mean.
Yeah.
Right. So I contribute to VentureBeat. I contribute to TechCrunch. I contribute to a lot of these sites, and I've built some amazing relationships over the years. And if I pitch a journalist something that I might think is a great story, and they disagree, I'd expect them to tell me, dude, this is not for me, and I'm going to pass. And unfortunately, at the time, it stings when I want to get a story covered, and it doesn't. But in the long term, that's why I respect you as opposed to many others who just favor their friends. And I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about in general. Again, in Silicon Valley, there's this little, I don't want to nest where everyone that's not the way it should be. You're a journalist. You need to have journalistic integrity. And again, I know that sounds kind of ironic that I'm thanking you for rejecting me, but I really do respect you for that. I mean it. No sarcasm at all. I mean it seriously.
And one of the things that I'm fairly known for in terms of the way that I deal with these situations is that I won't just say no. I'll say no, and here are reasons why, so that there's an educational
100%
process in there as well. Because next time then you'll know how to pitch. And
I'll tell you something. Not only do most journalists not tell me why they said no, but most journalists won't even answer entrepreneurs at all. If they don't want the story, they'll just ignore them, which is just not okay, in my humble opinion. So I respect that. But anyway.
So marketing technology has been my area for many years. For the last couple of years, been focusing on mobile-first, mobile-only marketing technology because, as well as being a journalist for VentureBeat, I'm an analyst for VentureBeat as well. So I write reports and studies analysis. We've got a VB Insight, which is the research arm. There's a huge amount of studies on there that you can see. And the data showed us a little while back that, frankly, unless the marketing technology is helping to get to this device, it doesn't matter.
It's all irrelevant.
Right?
Yep.
This little thing right here, and I have the data on this. This little thing right here is within arm's reach, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and I can tell you that 87% of general consumers agree in that statement. They always have this device within arm's reach.
Will that change, by the way? Are we going to change that, replace it with glasses? What do you think?
Glasses are interesting. So here's what's going to happen with augmented reality. And
listen carefully, folks.
You're going to hear it first from me. So first of all, augmented reality is going to be smartphone based, and Apple is not the only horse in town as far as AR is concerned. Everyone's getting excited about AR Kit. Don't forget, Google just announced their AR SDKs and development suites as well. And let's be fair about it. iPhone, incredibly popular in the United States, incredibly popular with certain types of people, but still only 20% of the market. The rest of the world uses Android. So Apple and Google are going to have really interesting smartphone-based AR options.
Did you hear the news yesterday that Huawei surpassed Apple as the second most popular phone manufacturer?
Absolutely, Huawei are doing amazing things. There's some really incredible manufacturers out there doing incredible things in AR. Samsung have got some really cool technologies coming up, but everybody's interested in the glasses. Now, the glass, there are problems. Let me tell you what the first problem is. Unless they look like this,
no one's going to wear them.
No one's going to wear them, right? Now, the problem with this is I've got to fit a battery in this arm that's going to last all day. That's the first thing, because I'm not going to want a wired device that's attached to an Anker battery pack in my pocket.
Exhibit A, Google Glass, fail.
Exactly. In this arm, I need to fit all the electronics. We can do that right now. That's not an issue. The electronics go in here, the battery has to go in here. The battery technology that goes in here does not exist yet. Because if we look at the organic compound batteries, they can't be made small enough to fit in the arm of a pair of glasses right now. If we look at nanotube batteries, they don't work outside of minus 270 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're not going to have liquid nitrogen in the arm of a pair of glasses, because if it breaks, that's a lawsuit city. The other thing is field of view. We don't have the technology to have field of view across all of the glasses right now so that you can actually see augmented reality everywhere. We don't have the technology to have the processing power right now, or the bandwidth right now to send all of this through to the glasses without 5G to actually augment everything that we're seeing. So people might be very bullish about glasses in AR, but actually we're a good 5 years away from consumer technology that's going to work and live up to the promise.
Scoble, you hear that?
And then one more thing about technology.
Yes.
And this is the thing everyone, including futurists, including technologists, forget very, very quickly and easily. To get everybody to wear glasses, everybody to wear it, so that it is mainstream and we're all doing it, that is a cultural change. And cultural change takes a generation regardless of how fast the technology moves.
100%.
So we are not going to get augmented reality glasses mainstream with everybody using them for a generation, and that's what everyone forgets.
Dude, you're like a walking encyclopedia of geek.
Thank you, man.
Love it. Can we talk a little bit about your life lessons, just as a wise man that has learned some lessons over the past year? You don't want to talk about it?
Yeah, I mean, life lessons. I mean, it's amazing to me, you know, how fast the world moves. You know, if I remember back to when I was a kid, a lot of people don't know this about me. I actually taught myself how to program computers when I was very, very young. I taught myself by the age of 7.
Wow.
I had my first 2 video games published when I was 12 years old.
Amazing.
I actually wrote an artificially intelligent video game when I was 12.
Isn't that all 12-year-olds do?
It wasn't actually AI. It was a shill game. I pretended it was AI. It was completely a cheat, but that's okay because that's what most AI is right now anyway. So it's an interesting parallel there. The technology, you know, it's been moving very fast for years and years and years. Moore's law, doubling of processing power, all this stuff, all this information. I try and take it all in, and the only way I can take all of this stuff in, the only way I can be that sponge and take in the information and disseminate it and work out what the insights are, is by having really amazing processes, by outsourcing as much as I can, by automating as much as I can. And in doing that, it sounds very geeky, but in doing that, that gives me the space to understand, learn, take on knowledge, and this is my biggest life lesson. Always have a beginner's mind. It's a very yoga thing to say, but it's really super true. Always have a beginner's mind. Come into everything as if you don't understand any of it. Listen to the best people.
Love it.
Take on all of their knowledge, take on all of their understanding, and always have a beginner's mind, because that is the process. Never assume you know it all, because you don't.
Love it. And amazing pearls of wisdom here on the vlog, dropping bombs. These are lessons that maybe some unfortunate events have to teach you, but I love that you've kind of taken difficulties and challenges and turned them into a positive thing and really kind of built a very impactful life, and now you're living it to its fullest, and I love that.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you for this interview. I appreciate it.
No, thank you, Hillel. It's amazing.
What up, what up, what up?
Hey, what's up?
Mr. Cameraman, how are you?
Who are you guys?
Now we have...
We are UMO, the
Yeah, what do you
Urban
do?
Mobility Changers, the AI for cities.
Oh my God, so many buzzwords. What do you do?
We're helping cities to get people off cars and onto alternative green transport.
Done. Sold. Where do I check it out? Where do I read more? What's your website? What's your website? Quick.
UMO.mobi.
UMO.mobi. Who are you?
Wherever there's food, good beer, good people.
Air conditioning in there. Forget
I
the
know,
food.
I know.
Who are you? Introduce
I'm
yourself.
Jonathan from JVP.
JVP, Jerusalem Venture Partners. What do you do there?
What do? I'm a partner. I
that new?
head back a year.
Wow, I had no idea, man. That's awesome.
תודה רבה.
We should send you guys some more deals.
בבקשה, please do.
Will do.
Yeah, send us more deals.
Will do.
AI,
JVP.
fintech, retail.
What's your
send it to
website?
me.
JVP.
JVPVC.com.
JVPVC.com. Check them out.
See you in Jerusalem.
Awesome. David Shama, probably one of the most experienced tech journalists in this country, I would say.
I have in the past written and worked for Times of Israel, Jerusalem Post, 21C,
ZDNet.
ZDNet.
I'm not, listen, man, I'm stalking your career, you know what I'm saying? Now you work at
hot places.
GKPR, my boy Matt Krieger, you guys have met. You guys do PR for Apple, for Microsoft, for WeWork. You guys are the real deal. That me or you ringing, neither one of us. All right, good. Well, it's good to see you, man, as always.
Very good.
Take care. Keep rocking. The most legendary entrepreneur in Israel. Period. Full stop. Who are you?
This is Sivan Yari, the most inspiring story in the state of Israel.
Hands down.
She brings Israeli technology to remote African villages, both solar and water pumping technology, and helps thirsty people drink. Not only that, don't you refrigerate medicine? Okay, so if you want to be inspired, go to www.innovation. What's the URL? InnovationAfrica.org? InnoAfrica.org. Or
bringing
Google,
water to Africa.
or Google Sivanya Ari, most amazing Wonder Woman.
Many entrepreneurs say they want to make the world a better place. Many people they say they want to make a dent in the universe. Sivan is doing it.
She's doing it. And you know who agrees with you? The United Nations, who typically on Israel, but they love Sivan.
There are children here, my friend.
Oh, sorry.